Dylan Thomas's poem, The Hunchback in the Park, is a richly evocative work that delves into themes of isolation, identity, and the struggle between inner and outer worlds. Through the portrayal of a hunchbacked figure in a park, Thomas explores deep emotional and existential themes with vivid imagery and lyrical language. The poem begins by introducing the central character, the hunchback, who is depicted as an isolated figure in a park. This character is described with a sense of detachment and melancholy, establishing a tone of solitude and loneliness. The hunchback's physical appearance and demeanor immediately set up a contrast between him and the more conventional figures of society. The park serves as a significant setting in the poem, contrasting the hunchback's inner world with the external environment. Thomas describes the park as a space of apparent normalcy and beauty, which contrasts sharply with the hunchback's personal suffering and alienation. The park represents both a literal and metaphorical space, emphasizing the separation between the hunchback and the rest of the world. The poem employs vivid imagery to convey the hunchback's isolation. Thomas describes the character's physical deformity and his solitary presence in the park, underscoring his separation from the more vibrant and dynamic world around him. The imagery evokes a sense of detachment and reinforces the theme of isolation. Thomas delves into the hunchback's inner life, revealing his emotional and psychological struggles. The poem reflects on the character's sense of alienation and the emotional toll of being viewed as different. The hunchback's inner world is depicted with a mixture of sadness and introspection, highlighting his internal conflict and sense of self. The poem contrasts the hunchback's solitary existence with the interactions he has with other figures in the park. These interactions, or lack thereof, serve to emphasize the hunchback's separation from the rest of society. The indifference or curiosity of others further accentuates the hunchback's sense of being an outsider. The hunchback can be seen as a symbol of the marginalized or misunderstood individuals in society. Thomas uses the character to explore broader themes of societal exclusion and the human condition. The hunchback represents those who are overlooked or judged based on superficial differences. The poem examines the theme of identity through the hunchback's struggle to reconcile his external appearance with his internal sense of self. Thomas explores the tension between how the hunchback is perceived by others and how he perceives himself, delving into the complexities of personal and societal identity. The park's natural beauty contrasts sharply with the hunchback's inner turmoil. Thomas uses this contrast to highlight the disparity between the external world and the hunchback's personal suffering. The natural setting serves as a backdrop against which the hunchback's isolation and existential struggle are starkly framed. The poem's tone is melancholic and contemplative, reflecting the hunchback's emotional state. Thomas's use of language and imagery creates a mood of sadness and introspection, drawing readers into the hunchback's experience and inviting them to empathize with his plight. The poem concludes with a reflective tone, leaving readers with a sense of unresolved tension. The hunchback's situation remains poignant and thought-provoking, emphasizing the themes of isolation, identity, and the human condition. Thomas's portrayal of the hunchback invites readers to consider the complexities of societal exclusion and the internal struggles of marginalized individuals. Dylan Thomas's The Hunchback in the Park is a powerful exploration of themes related to isolation, identity, and the human condition. Through its vivid imagery and lyrical language, the poem provides a deep and empathetic portrayal of a character who embodies the struggles of being marginalized and misunderstood.